can do in the pre-DAW as you can. Like,
yeah,
that sounds better.
Before it hits the fucking.
I'm still so new to all the audio stuff. I'm just like learning as I go.
Yeah.
That's my MO.
Like chasing all the analog stuff for the past like, I don't know, at least for like 2 years now. You've been like trying to buy up random analog shit.
Everybody just like, just all the music homies, they'll like come around and then it's like I don't have any space for this. So they'll just like leave it in the studio and it's just like compiling. They'll all just grab shit, and it's like, now we got the whole like recording studio where we got the, dude, we'll have to get you over for it.
Yeah.
But I haven't even told Alex yet, but, we got the Willett studio session coming up in February.
Hey.
What is that?
Big fat recording. Well, with the last album, we like rented out cabin out in the woods, 7 days, just full fucking album, 8 songs.
3 ounces of mushrooms.
Yeah.
Oh shit. In 7 days. Whole album.
8 songs, 7 days, just fucking pump it out and just got all the boys, just all the fucking creative, just like crazy talented musicians. One space, fuck ton of drugs, and it's like, just go ham.
Only way to do it.
Yeah, it's the only way to do it, dude.
Damn.
But yeah, we got another one coming up. Been talking with Corey. Get like, we got 4 days set aside. Get one song, but like it's not pre-written or anything, and just go in. It's like, don't worry about more than that. Just get one song done, get it finished, then mix it after. Yeah.
Is that famous in Russia?
Or Cocaine Ghost Train.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Don't know yet.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Probably not
depends
famous
on
in
the
Russia, but...
on the vibe that comes out of the song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited. You remember a couple of years ago I like gave you guys this organ that didn't work. That is like
yeah. You got that working?
No, but I found a guy in Georgia that is able to replace some of the parts and repair these like totally obsolete motherboards of these like $1,000 like Korg organs from the early 2000s, late 90s.
Corgans, if you will.
Corgans. And they're like the closest thing you can get to a digital version of like the Hammond B3 organ, which is like that classic like 70s organ sound you hear on like Leonard Skinner and like all these other like random people that used organs back then. And I have 2 of them, and so I'm getting both of them fixed. And then they go for like $1,000, maybe like $1,100 or $1,200 and each. Like when people, because you can't buy them, like they're kind of obsolete at this point. And they have this like weird thing with motherboards where they just stop working and never
come back.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
this one place is able to actually like repair them and make them better. Like they add like more sounds to them, so they sound even more like a B3, and it gives them like properties for the CX3 as well as the BX3, which is another Korg organ.
Okay.
And so I'm probably gonna either sell one or give one to my sister who like originally got me the 2 organs. But it's gonna be a sweet organ, and that's like,
crazy. Yeah, we got that other one. Where is that other one? I think it's at like Corey's mom's house or something. I don't know. That would be a crazy vibe though.
Another organ?
No, the one that you gave to us.
No, I have both of them.
You have both of them.
Yeah. You guys brought it back because you couldn't fix it. So take that shit back.
So when you guys are gonna make a song, you kind of have to wait till everybody gets back together, right? Is everybody else local?
Well,
I mean, I feel like there's a ton of ways to do it because you can't just be like, oh, hey, we made this. Like, can you jump on it? Or it can be like
send over the track, I guess. Huh?
My take on that is like, every single, like, it's so cool because like it's like everybody, like the artists, or like everybody's making their own stuff, like their own like completely unique things, and then like when it comes together, it's from abundance. You know what I'm talking about? Like it's like there's so much creative energy and so much like creative potential that it can't help but like flow over into the group projects, like
it's like if multiple directors, like famous directors of movies that have been like directing their own shit for years and years, like all come together and like join in to direct some like crazy movie. It kind of feels like
exactly just personalities.
And there's got to be a crazy feeling when everybody's in that room together and you guys are doing shrooms and doing shit, and it's just everything's flowing and it's all coming together.
Wake up, drums, like that vibe. It's just like when you're like making something like that, and it's only like one take, or like a couple like takes blended together, but it's like just seconds passing, and it's like the way the light's coming in the room and just like the exact way the room's set up, and you just hear those reverberations, and it's like nobody can hear that, but it's like that to me is like everything.
And when you listen to it, you like
Can you do me a favor? Just pull it a little bit closer to you. You can, stretch it out too if you need.
When you like when you hear it later on, it's like it just brings back all the memories of when you were making it. So like this last album, every time I listen to it, or I like if I'm listening to the drums, I like hear Lucas and August like both going out. This makes me crack up because like at some points in the recording process, I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah.
And then it all came together. It sounded really good. So
how many of you guys are in the band?
Well, I mean, it's always kind of just been like the conceptual, like, what is the best band we can put together at the moment? You know, it's like everybody's been going to school, everybody's been like working on their own things, you know, like different projects, but it's like it all has to like go away to come back together. So, because like after a certain point of like just playing with one core group of people, it's like you max out. It's like I gotta go run and hide and like figure out some new shit, you know, to like be able to bring back to the table in order to like progress. But
it's almost like you guys know each other's shit too well.
Well, we don't want to step on each other's toes. It's happened like too much. So you really gotta like go do your own thing for a tiny bit to be able to come back and actually like.
Yeah, that's probably the hard part of playing with a bunch of people is everyone's kind of got their own thing.
But for that record, for the last record, it was 7 individuals who actually like creatively input musically, like 7 distinct like voices that went into it.
And so you guys went in there blank and just said, in 7 days, we're going to come out with an album.
Well, I mean, these guys have been playing the songs for like a long time. They've been gigging most of the songs.
Oh, okay.
So like the songs were down. That's why I think it was so easy to just every day, like, all right, drums, bass. And then like a couple days later, all right, guitars, vocals. Like they just busted it out like super quick.
But. Yeah. No, the songs were definitely written. Definitely like rehearsing them over and over. Like some like winter. What would that have been? 2019. Yeah, like winter 2019, just going hard on like rehearsing. And then it's like a good idea, you know, because like not everybody was rehearsing all the time, but it's like these people are like coming in and like interacting with the music and like going. So it's like just trying very hard to make everybody represented as much as they were a part of the music, you know, from the get-go. Because it's like there's definitely the core like band that's been like playing shows and like, you know, doing that, but then also just like it's always more than that too.
Yeah.
I think the best part was like the rhythmic aspects, because like when I'm in Santa Cruz not playing with these guys, like I know like the core of most of the songs, like the vibes of them, but then like with Lucas, the new drummer, there's like August and there's Lucas, and this guy Lucas, he like adds such a flair of rhythm to the band that like every time I come to play with them and we do one of the songs that we've played before, they'll be like new little, I don't know, just like simple little like pauses or things like put random places. But that's like really what I think gives a lot of life to the songs, is just like
that little nuance.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool, man.
That's what you can't compose or account for either. You know, it's like you can never like think of that stuff. Like, you know, it's like get the chords, get the melodies, and then trust that everybody else can take it way farther than you could like possibly think it up, you know, and then just like capture it.
So when you played, you said you were doing like a festival or something last weekend. Was that with the band or was that solo?
Yeah, that was with the band. We ended up like a couple bands in Arcata ended up renting out like the Vets Hall, but there was like good turnout. It was like a whole bunch of artists too, and there was like pretty much HSU kids and whatnot, but like it's probably like 150 people coming and going. We got like a food truck, had the liquor license going, so we were just like,
oh, everybody's having a good time.
Everybody's just having a blast. Yeah,
you guys make a profit?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, we made like $500, but between like the bands, you know, not a lot, but
still,
it's fun.
Yeah,
you know? Yeah.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah, trying to keep that stuff going. You know, like COVID's made the shows.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Challenging, but you just do it when you can, when you feel like it's safe, and it's like it's young people. It's like show up if you aren't gonna like get sick, get other people sick.
If you're gonna get sick, just get out of here.
Yeah, go away.
We don't want you here.
Yeah, we don't want you here.
Oh, that's
fucking
you guys,
weak ass immune systems.
Yeah, right. We don't need that.
Yeah.
Were you guys touring pretty hard before COVID hit?
Not particularly. Trying to get like I really want to start like traveling more with it. We were talking about getting one going in early January. Kind of fell through. Like I think we're gonna end up playing a show in East Bay like on the 8th, but I'm thinking like May or June. Trying to get like go up north for a weekend, have it just booked out, you know, like Portland, Eugene, Ashland, come back down, maybe like work a week, head back down the next week, East Bay, San Fran, Santa Cruz, you know, something like that. Just like keeping it simple and just keeping it rolling.
Yeah, do a nice little stretch.
Yeah.
Damn, man, that's exciting.
Yeah,
that's
fun.
Cool. We were talking about music beforehand. Is that what you've been working on since high school? Is pretty much just music?
Music. I've been doing a lot of the, work. Just like I've had the same job since like senior year. And then
what are you doing?
I'm working for this tech company. Like it's like a Silicon Valley tech company, but they like bought the framework for this like palliative care program that like this doctor, you know, Michael Fratkin, he like sort of like pioneered this whole new concept of how to like deal with end of life care, which is more focused around like staying in the home and getting like providers and specialists to the person so they can like focus on staying comfortable instead of like super like challenging staying on the phone. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
yeah.
So I've been doing a lot of the groundwork and like bringing people things and connecting people with resources like during COVID and whatnot. Super like fulfilling work. Just
that's
super
cool.
like, yeah, keeps the music going. And then the backpacking. We've been trying to go backpacking as much as possible. Like,
oh no shit, where at?
Yeah.
I mean, some of the best ones have been in Trinity Alps.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Beautiful! Come on.
Oh yeah.
We did a lot of hunting growing up throughout the Alps up in Trinity.
Yeah.
Come on, it's
Where,
beautiful.
Where do you guys hunt out there?
We used to have a small little cabin up, kind of outside Trinity Center, and so we were like right on this, not in the Alps, but on a lower mountain. And we just go. I mean, you can quad back there. You could just
anything.
Yeah, for days.
Yeah.
And never come across anybody else.
Yeah.
Sounds like fun. Jeez.
That sounds crazy.
It was way cool. But I've yet to actually backpack into the Alps and like hike up to one of the lakes and stay overnight or anything. But that's definitely on the bucket list.
The longest one we did was like I think like 4 days or something like that, 5 days. I don't know, but that was dope because at the top of it we were at these meadows and it was all snowy and so there's like direct runoff from the snow going in this little creek. We like go in there and like take little like baths in this like ice cold water and then go like hang out by the fire. And I don't know, something about it is just so it's like uncomfortable to the point where it's really comfortable because you're just like, all right, I'm gonna survive really well out here. And,
you're so deep. You're so deep in it that it's like you stop worrying about the comforts. You stop worrying about anything. It's like, okay, I've got my nutrition plan for the next few days. You know, like I'm gonna survive this. Like it hurts like hell walking up these mountains, but then you're like up at the top of them, and it's like you see the taller one. You know, it's It's like, okay, that's next.
There's something about like physical exertion like that just is worth it. It sucks in the minute, like in the moment when you're working through it, but then you reach that peak or you hit that lake and you're like, oh yeah, this was worth it.
Yeah,
it's kind of humbling in a weird way.
All the challenging stuff, it's like the only way to make life like not challenging is to like do as many challenging things as you can.
Well, it's gonna be challenging no matter what. It's just like you're gonna be depressed as fuck if you're not like trying to do those really challenging things. It's like, it's hard either way.
Yeah, right. And if you're just doing hard things that you hate doing, then it's just gonna suck. It's got to be something hard that you enjoy. That's like, okay, it's gonna be worth it in the end.
Learning how to enjoy the suffering a little bit too.
Yeah. A lot of people struggle with that.
I mean, especially in this day and age, it's really easy to try and like just maximize the easiness of life, but like it's always going to be hard as fuck, and it's going to be trippy in like a really bad way if like that hard times like come at you when you've been like living in this like really posh like easy life the whole time, you know. I feel like if you don't train yourself for like some bad times, then when they come, it's going to be like, I
feel like that's what's hitting us right now. Yeah. Everybody was living in this bubble, and then COVID hit, and everyone's like, this is not okay.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like, I don't know how to handle this.
Put some realism to it, but it makes you realize, like, okay, like with a little bit of labor, like that's how you make your ideal kind of world. You know, it almost takes like, you know, like it's not necessarily like masculinity, but it's like just like the ability to get it done. You know, it's like, okay, if we can just get all these things done, then we just get to like vibe. Like we just get all the fruits like of all of it, you know, like the records, you know, like just the lifestyle, like all of it.
You can't just relax. You gotta put in the work to be able to relax.
The work, man.
Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of people just want the gratification at the end of it and not put in the hard work, the grind to get there.
Right. And it's like maximizing time, and it's like, you know, at a certain point, you know. I don't even know.
All right, you guys. This is Growing Pains with Brendan Balsley and Alex Vasilevich. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, so how's it been, Brendan, since we came into possession of this podcast? Like,
we just ever since Alex and I hijacked this podcast,
usurped, you might say.
Life's been pretty good.
The stacks have been rolling in.
Yeah, just the straight cash flow. Taking control of the bank account of Growing Pains was the best part by far.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Yeah, the assets are really flowing out here.
Yeah.
I was just trying to spread the love.
Once we tapped could go a lot of places. Once we tapped Nick's bank account and got all his routing numbers and things, life just
got a lot easier.
Yeah, feel free to pay off all those bills while you guys are at it. That college tuition's hitting deep.
So you guys want to start with this blunt?
Yeah.
Do you smoke blunts?
Yeah.
Like Elon Musk smokes blunts?
Oh my god. Iconic. Yeah, it's yeah. Did you see that podcast?
I watched him smoke that blunt for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah. What are some of your like your podcast goals? Like
I don't honestly.
ashtray?
I don't really have. Oh, let me snag that. You guys are running the show again.
All right, time for the musical interlude. Take a next one.
Red solo cup ashtray in my face. Every time I am a disgrace, I say, no, I'm not. I was just kidding. But if I like fiddling, I don't play violin. But if I did, I'd be akin to some good ass music. Because that's the shit.
And we're back.
Where am I?
Wow. So you guys gonna start rapping next too? Is that on the bucket list?
Never stop. Never stop.
Day one. How would you guys classify your music? What would you say that sound is?
I mean, I guess that's an individual question, Brennan. What do you
We've been making, when we come together, I feel like we make like pop music, but it's like a more psychedelic, funky sort of like open, free, jazzy sort of like, because you have the pop songs. Like I just like writing pop songs. That's what I like writing. And then like everybody comes on top of it, and then it's like you can just spread it out.
Mm-hmm.
So it like creates like the, you know.
everyone just comes on top of it and you spread that out.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Sound great.
Just fucking fat sonic orgies is pretty much.
And when did the band start? I mean, you guys have been playing shit since
I would say
you're in high
like,
school.
since the beginning of Fluff is when we really like started all.
Fluff. I forgot
Getting
about
together for
Fluff.
music.
That was in high school, right? Was Fluff?
That was
Yeah.
that was like the end of high school. I mean, we had that like three of us had that guitar class, you know what I'm talking about? I think that was where the
Back in the day.
the conceptualization happened.
And how'd you come up with the name Fluff? Which great name, by the way.
I don't know if we can talk about that.
I don't know if we
Ooh.
can
actually.
Can we talk about that? I don't know if we can talk about that, but
I mean, that band is kind of in the past at this point. Maybe we like.
Divulge the story.
I think we can talk about it. It's a pretty traumatic story.
Oh no.
But we were like cruising, you know, like trying to think of band names, and you know, all crammed in the tiny little truck, and Cat ran right out in front of the road like 2 a.m.
Oh shit.
So it's like
Alex looks traumatized over here.
It's sad, man.
it's pretty traumatizing, but totally just like as a cohesive unit murdered this cat. And then it's like we've got to do something about this.
We asked the neighbors if they had a shovel we could borrow, and they're like, "Yeah, we got a shovel you could borrow."
Was it their cat?
No, I don't know if the neighbors ever realized how their cat died, but if they listen to this podcast,
They're gonna find
know.
out.
Yeah, they're
They're gonna know now.
so should we tell them where we?
Maybe not where,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, don't divulge the exact location.
but we like we like took
Buried-
the neighbor's
buried the
shovel who
cat.
like saw the whole thing and had like a whole ceremony for it, and we're like okay, this has to be, since we're out here looking for a band name, it's like this has to be it.
Fluff it.
Because there's a fluffy cat.
I don't know who said fluff originally. That'll be like a really good piece of info to know. But
Yeah, I don't know either. But
don't matter.
kind of comes together, Pretty grotesque though. It's incredibly traumatic.
Scarred you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
deeply.
I can see it in your eyes. It looks like it's still right there.
Yeah.
Every time I pass by the area where we ended up burying it, hey, I always turn the music down. It's like, gosh, dude.
Moment of silence.
People in the car with me like, "What are you doing?" It's like, shh.
I can't tell you, but we can tell the world on this podcast now.
And so Fluff was born. And that was back in high school?
Yeah,
I think that was senior year.
I think it was senior year. Might have been like right after.
You guys killed a cat and the band was born.
Right. That's how that goes though. Like,
that's
all
how it goes.
all great things, like come from just fucking murder. I think.
You got to get brought together somehow.
Yeah.
True. That does seem like it would be a real bonding experience. I was
You got a
First
little bud
getting-
on your lower lip.
appreciate you. I was first learning to drive, and I think I was riding with my sister, or I was driving my sister in her car, and I hit a bird hard, and it just bounced off the windshield and flipped up over the hood of the car and into the back. I was like, okay. I still remember that. That was probably sophomore year.
Jeez.
I didn't start a band though. I didn't realize that was a necessity.
They
thing.
started a podcast.
No, I did start a podcast.
That's the thing about like not letting it out, like that trauma. Like I'm sure that it's gonna come out one of these days and something like, that bird's like.
I'm gonna just start crying on the podcast one day, and
Yeah.
that's when it's gonna come.
Yeah, it's just like.
I mean, well, what's wrong, Nick? It's just it's growing
that bird.
pains.
Yeah, growing pains. Exactly.
How do you think I came up with that name?
That's it. That's what I'm saying. You didn't start a band, but
The bird was just growing.
bird grew into something else.
I was in pain. It's kind of convenient that it just bounced in the back of your truck, though. You didn't have to like stop.
Yeah, it was weird, and I felt bad about it for a few days. I was like, that bird, it just came out of nowhere. But that's life.
That's
What are you gonna do?
You cannot stop.
Yeah.
One day
Because-
we're all gonna be that bird.
Exactly. Bouncing off Nick's truck window.
I prefer to be a bird that just dies of old age.
Yeah.
I don't think I need to get hit by a car.
I like the idea of like dying just in some
Oh no, I'm good. I'm working on this now.
ridiculous kind of way.
I kind of like that too, but at the same time, I love that Kenny Rogers song. It says, "Every hand's a winner, every hand's a loser, but the best that we can hope for is to die in your sleep," or something like that. Best you can hope for.
Damn.
That's fucking.
That was
a good
deep.
one. Kenny Rogers.
The gambler.
Oh my god.
You gotta know when to hold.
We should have had you guys bring a guitar.
A little jam on here. I feel like that would end.
When Jordan was on the podcast, he actually rapped, which was pretty legit.
You got it. I mean, I think Alex and I more than even jamming on guitar, just the vocal jams, just the
Singing. You guys had it going a few minutes ago when you took over the podcast.
I mean,
We'll see if that helped my bank account, but
you watch it. It's gonna start flowing in.
yeah,
When the sponsors are gonna
I'm
start
pretty sure we already have a few donations.
got the definitely gonna have to like grab those royalties though. Just like,
I'll give you guys a little kickback. Yeah,
yeah,
Little kickback.
I mean, come on, it's your music.
yeah. Well, you know how music goes. It's like you make it, people use it, you just sue them.
Do you guys put your stuff out on the platforms, right? Like Spotify, Apple Music,
The last record is none of
Okay.
the other stuff really, but
but the most recent one.
yeah.
I feel like for the most part, I only really plan on doing Spotify because it's the only one I use. But
That's what I
But-
used to.
What I kind of think about that is like use one of those services to put them on everything because then you get the cash from everything.
That's true.
Have you guys started making any money from that album?
Yeah, I checked in, and we made $18.36 off that last record so far, which almost covers the price of uploading it.
Oh, it cost you money to upload?
Like $20 for like a year. It's pretty trash.
Oh shit.
It's pretty trash, and then they like pay you so little. But still, you know, it's like $18.
That's pretty damn
But
good.
we make. I don't know if we made $18 off that album, bro. That's a lot of listens.
That's a lot of
for
listens.
Spotify. That's a lot.
What
of
is the-
listens.
what's
all
percentage
platforms.
cut?
It's all the platforms
It's 0.003.
for Spotify. YouTube has a little
Point-
higher. But
003 cents per
Cents.
view.
Yeah, per listen.
0.003. And what is it for YouTube? It's probably 0.00.
I think it's way
one.
better. I think it's like 0.0 like 1.
Okay.
like a cent and like 0.0. I don't know.
I
It'd be
mean,
much better just
it's
to look it up.
it's
but
really not that bad when you consider it. Like if you are a dedicated musician, you have like a lot of stuff out.
if you're getting the mills, if you're getting
And,
like
if you have a dedicated following of people listening to your music, like
Yeah.
you can make pretty decent amount. It's still like pretty bad compared to
I think I've heard
what you
like
should be making out.
if you have like 40,000 dedicated fans, you're making like minimum wage. You know, like you got like 40,000 monthly listeners.
That's not crazy though, right?
That's not too bad. Like for how many people there are around the world listening to
Oh,
music,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's like
40,000 is not even a drop in the bucket.
Yeah. It's a small town.
Yeah, there's what, 40,000 people in Eureka?
just gotta get all of
Something
your.
like
Everybody
that.
to listen? Yeah. Not a problem.
No big deal.
Then you wouldn't even need to be on Spotify. You could just start a cult with all of your.
Yeah.
You ever hear about Wolfpack, their silent album that they put up, where they just told everybody like put this on repeat when you're sleeping, and they made like $20,000 in like a week.
Damn.
Because everybody did it.
Yeah, and Spotify didn't have like any rules or regulations against that yet, so it was just silent. It was just a silent album.
Do you guys think either in the band or in personal, like in your personal careers, do you guys think you're going to try to stay independent or sign with a label?
If I could sign with a label, I would probably do it.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, I would have to like. There'd probably be like a lot of things you'd want to read through, but
Yeah,
that's
they're
a
trying
lot
to
of
take like
funding to,
90%.
make a project.
I
If they're
think-
offering you to like make an album or two.
I think you gotta stay independent until you can do it by yourself, and then once like everybody's like you have a few people who are like, okay, we want your music because they know it's like such high quality that it's like it's gonna sell. Then it's like that's when you like pick the one that you want, and then like, you know,
That's actually true
Just
because
hawk
like
'em.
if you're like having to like pander to what the record company wants, you're not gonna be making your shit, and people probably won't really like it. But if you are big enough to survive on your own, then you can make whatever you want, and like
Yeah, then you have a little bargaining power.
and they'll
just
still pay
can't-
you for it.
you
But,
can't be looking up to the labels. You know, you gotta be looking down on the labels.
like all right, I'll
This
let
is
you
how
give me
much
that
cash I
money
want.
for that album.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what worries me is letting them have the power
right.
to say you have to do this.
And they'll get it because they have the lawyers, they have everything. But it also comes down to making what you want to make, I think. And it's like, okay, sign for one record, you know, give me $4 million, you know. That's what I think. I think that's what Dominic Fike just did. You know, like one album, $4 million. It's like you make whatever you want, and then that's that. So you just so it's like you make
deal.
what you want to make just yourself until somebody's like willing to give you a fat chunk of money. And it's like, you're like, okay, I'll take that fat chunk of money from you as long as I can do whatever I want.
You could also go like the Young Thug route of just making your own record label and just releasing a shit
Yeah.
ton of music
Yeah.
and racking it in. Like
is that what he did?
I believe Young Thug has his own labels. There's a lot of rappers that have their own label. Like it's
Well, it seems like now is arguably the best time to start, right? Just in anything, in music and podcasting and anything.
Absolutely.
There's no gatekeepers.
a lot of the billionaires that I listen to talking about like getting degrees and stuff, you know, it's like almost like flipping these days. It's like 10 years ago, you want to get like a degree in engineering, you want to get a degree in like, you know, like something
Whatever.
super practical so you can just make the state of the art whatnot. But now it's like you want to be making fat chunks. It's like you just have to make it look very pretty. Like you just have to make the quality content. So it's almost like the art is like kind of hopping back up.
Did you go to college?
I'm going to college. I'm like real low key going to college. Like
Where at?
I mean
HSU?
CR.
CR? Okay.
CR, you know, it's like super cheap and it's like one class
Good
in there.
school.
I like the other semester took like a painting class. You know, I'm like taking like an English class, like a psych class, you know. It's like very low key. It's too much though.
Yeah.
I can't focus too well on anything other than like, you know, I just like hyper fixate on whatever it is that I'm doing. So it's like those school situations are like relatively challenging, but they're fun. I don't know. That's part of it though, right?
It's a good mental exercise.
It's a good mental exercise.
Especially the painting, like that's gonna pay off.
Dude, that's what I'm saying too. And then just like the you know, fuck COVID. It's like the socialization, dude. Like low key, it's like just like talking to a bunch of people who are like trying to like do better. You know, like that in of itself is like
Dude,
something
that's what
that people
you
are
pay for
missing.
with college.
Yeah,
It's the social experience.
the
Yeah.
connections.
Like it's like 90% of it. Everything else.
Is that how you felt down in Santa Cruz?
Absolutely, because like I didn't know what I wanted to major in when I first went there, and the entirety of the time I went there, I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm pursuing here. So like that's why I just went with music because it was like something I was already going to use for the rest of my life. So why not just like double down in it?
Full
But yeah, I didn't know what the fuck I wanted to do. I was literally just going because it was like, oh, you get out of high school, like you
That's
go to
what
a
you do.
UC, so
Yeah, you do
have
something.
a degree in 4 years. But like, yeah, I didn't have a fucking clue. I just thought I was gonna like figure it out, which I guess I did. But I'm probably just gonna end up going back to school because I didn't get much out of it in terms of like real knowledge about any other subject than music. So
Like going back to school for something else, or
yeah, because
continuing
there's like a
music?
lot of really interesting things that you can get into. Like I'll be down to get into like
gender studies,
gender
Yeah.
studies, feminist studies,
Woodworking.
woodworking.
Yeah.
There's a ton. They have thousands of classes.
Like some sort of engineering would be really cool too. Because like imagine if you got into like electronics of some sort and like you'd be so good at putting together all the stuff that you had, and like if you did just like a tiny bit of like I don't know, even going to trade school. Just going to trade school for a couple of years.
That's part of it too. Is like, you know, it's like post high school. It's like no clue what you actually want to do. So it's like I cannot spend the cash when I can't when I'm not focusing on anything other than like, you know, like the people in the room. You know, it's like
Yeah.
just wait until I actually know what it is that because you know, it's like it's like you make the art, but the art's like just like representative of like a perfect world. So it's like at a certain point you realize if you want to like actually manifest that perfect world, you have to like integrate into the world and like start like fucking with things, you know, like start making moves. And it's like, you know what I'm talking about though, where it's like,
Yeah, you feel like you need to just take a step. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to
gotta
take a
start-
step forward
just start going at
and
it.
see what happens.
Yeah.
And then reassess. If you're not where you want to be with that step, take a different step or take another step and see, okay, where am I at here? Where am I at here?
And I think that's how you cultivate, you know, that's how you cultivate a business. That's how you cultivate a record. That's how you cultivate anything. It's like you look at it in the most idealistic sense you possibly can. You know, it's like I feel like too many people are stuck in that you know, like, oh, that won't work. You know, the world doesn't work that way. You know, it's like,
People love to say that when you're trying to tell them, like, oh, this is what I want to do. They're like,
no,
are you sure? I don't think
can't-
that's going to
I can't
pan
think
out.
that hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but like truly, I think that's it. And then it's like just stick to it. Set unrealistic goals and then just execute them. You know, it's like the execution. Like, you know, like
Dude, that's the only way you get better at doing anything.
Anything.
It's like when you get better at doing one thing, you're getting better at getting good at things. So like the more things you delve into and really just like get a lot out of, you can just learn new things super easy.
Do you think anybody has it figured out? Or we're
Anybody?
all just
Yeah, dude. A ton of
bumbling our
people
way
have
through it.
it figured out in terms of like exactly what they need for their time that they're like here, and they're getting it. Like they just figured out a niche where they're like making a living and they're doing something they enjoy a ton. It's something maybe that like they think like is helping the world, being out there, like just being like, oh, someone can like for a musician, like someone can listen to this, and like I'm making money off of it, but someone's like gonna get something out of this. And with like any profession, you're kind of there can be like a really good spot. I feel like it's if you go after something that you really love, you can end up making money out of it. If you
But how many
try hard
people are
enough.
actually going after something they love?
I think though
That's what worries me.
I think though like simple people like have it figured out almost better than anyone, because it's like if you're just happy and healthy, you know, it's like if you have like a fully formed body, like just a fully formed human body that has like no deficiencies, it's like you don't have to be that smart, you know what I mean? It's like being super smart almost holds you back because you know you're super smart. So it's like you specialize so hard, you specialize so hard, you specialize so hard that it's like you work for a team. Like you end up just like looking for a role that somebody gives you, opposed to just making the entire, you know, like when you can like almost like zoom out, look at everything like for the macro, opposed to just specializing. It's like that's where I feel like you really like kind of like figure out how to like put things together. It's like, okay, maybe this isn't working because these things are smashing together, but like what if we found a way to make them like, you know, like go around each other, like.
Yeah, dude. It's like when you see the way broadly, you see it narrowly. When you see it narrowly, you see it broadly.
That's
Like,
it
you know,
though. That's it though.
That's all it is.
Dude, Bezos. I stole some money.
Wait, you know what?
I stole some money.
It just went from this profound, you know, narrowing it, and then Bezos.
I gotta tell a story.
Relates.
The other day, I got like a gift card to Amazon, you know, and I bought a couple shirts with it, and then they charged my debit card instead of the gift card, so I called them up. You know what I'm saying? I called them up and I was like, yo, you gotta take the card charge off and take the gift card away. They're like, so there's nothing we can do to help you. I was like, I need to speak to a manager. And they like, you know, just pulling an absolute Karen. And then they're like, they put me on hold, came back. There's nothing we can do for you.
There's
There's nothing we can do to you. And I was like, I'd like to speak to Jeff Bezos directly. And they like put me on hold.
Bold move.
And then they put me on hold, but then they came back and they're like, okay, we'll refund the entire purchase. You can keep the shipment because it's already on the way, and you can keep the gift card.
Damn.
Do you think that's because they were just worried about you when you asked for Jeff Bezos? They're
I
like,
think
we
so.
gotta-
I think
we gotta
so.
just give it to this kid.
Or they gave him a personal phone call because he has that big red phone on his desk, and he
You think?
answers every single personal
All right,
request.
I'm gonna
for
be
him.
real right now. Every time I've sent more than one email, the second email being like, no, this is unacceptable. I need a full refund or like a new product sent to me. Like right now, I'm not going to like, this is a faulty product. It's defective. And every fucking time they'll set like, because
You know
like
they're
90% of companies
yeah.
on there, it's like guerrilla marketing. They're not going to want a bad review versus just giving someone something that costs less than probably like a quarter of what you're buying it
Well,
for.
if you give them one thing for free, you know that they're just gonna come back.
And they can't really say shit at that point.
Yeah.
That first no is like a test.
Yeah. It's like there's no. And
They're
there's-
asking, can we get away with saying no to this person?
Yeah.
But I gave Dave, my customer service representative, 5 stars. You know, it's like, thank you, Dave.
Bezos stepped down.
Yeah, he's like,
He's not.
he's not
He's
on it
not
anymore.
on Amazon anymore.
At all.
I don't know if he's still maybe on the board. I know he stepped down as CEO. He's really focusing on Blue Origin.
Wow.
He's about to launch himself into space.
Everybody's trying to leave.
What if he like launches himself up and then just starts like dropping bombs down?
Like he just destroys Earth.
Yeah,
and,
he's the only
starts
one
a new
left.
Like, I don't need this anymore. What do you guys think about that?
I think that's
Everybody
a
trying to
terrible,
get to space.
Terrible
The
scenario.
space race.
Yeah, the bombing's not ideal.
That's
Yeah,
that's
the
worst
space race.
scenario.
It's trippy. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. Like,
It's kind of weird that we weren't involved in space for so long. Like
Well,
we got to the moon and then we kind of backtracked.
I feel like we've been going as hard as we can because we realize like, okay, beyond the moon, it's going to cost so much money and we're not going to learn that much more than we already know. So it's like, at this point, it's like, we just got to find somewhere else that's habitable. If we can't fix this place, so it's like all the people with money are like, it's like,
Well, also the U.S. is like really diverted a lot of money from like that sort of stuff to, because that was like, JFK time. Like he really did
Back when
a lot
NASA had
to-
funding.
Yeah, dude. Everyone now it's just like spreading around the world, like getting bases up everywhere. It costs a lot to get that military like ingrained in the whole world. That's what we've been doing from like 50s to present. Like it's just.
it makes sense though with the political turmoil in the world, like the foreign political turmoil, that it's like it's going to be an entirely private thing. It's like the funding, it's like, of course the U.S. is going so hard on the military. It's like our infrastructure is collapsing so hard. It's like how long are we actually going to be able to like stay at the top of our power structure? That's why I think we gotta lock down Humboldt.
Lockdown Humboldt.
I'm vying for the Arcade.
Pull a Texas and just say no. We're our own beast.
Yeah, I'm vying for the Arcade Republic. We got the renewable water. We got those community gardens. We just got to get guns to everybody, and then we just lock them in, blow up the freeways down south, up north. They
Brendan's
can't
put
get
in a lot of thought.
Yeah, I've heard this before, man. This is
This
not
is not the
this is
first
not
time
like
this
a
is
new
going
idea.
up.
This has been in there.
Isolate Humboldt. I don't think Arcade is going to go for guns though.
Hey, can you pass
think-
that lighter?
I think we could get funding from either Al Qaeda or Russia or both. That's where we'd get the guns. Al Qaeda might not go for guns, but McKinleyville and Fortuna will. And they're
absolutely.
higher up, so it's like first line of defense. You go east a little bit, they're down. And then they're like in the redwoods and they're like popping around. It's all ambush territory. It's like,
I feel like that's going to turn into the Hunger Games really quick.
but that's why we got to keep it all peace and love in Arcata. It's like they legalize mushrooms and whatnot. So
They did do that.
yeah, so it's
How
like,
crazy is that?
so everybody's just like,
I think it's mushrooms. I think it's all psychedelics, isn't it? Yeah. How crazy.
that's trippy, too trippy.
All right, you got to try a hit of this thing.
Fat.
I got this thing with the filter. I just cracked it. There's like two little balls in it that have like terpenes that flavor the hit that comes out of it.
Oh goodness, I'm gonna
gotta try
toss this blunt out. I feel like it's about that time. Wow.
It's an interesting flavor.
Isolate Humboldt. I think we're going to need more land than just Humboldt.
Well, we just work outward, but
And I feel, honestly, like if shit hits the fan and we get into like a war with Russia or China, I feel like they're going to go for the coast first.
we don't vie with them, but we're
We're like
also,
Switzerland.
yeah, we're not
Neutral.
We're neutral, but it's also like
I'd be like, you guys are chilling.
we're
You
not
take care of
flippant.
yourself."
You know what I mean? Like I feel like we still need to maintain as good a relations, because I mean the states aren't going to collapse entirely. They're just going to they're going to be spread so thin, with just they're just not going to be able to invade us. So it's like that's what I'm saying. It's like we're still gonna be like low key on their side, but we're also going to be like taking cash from outside. And it's like if there is an invasion, it's like we're Switzerland. They'll at least let us live. So that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I think that would be the case. I think Humboldt couldn't just survive on its own, man.
And
We
pull
don't-
up a Switzerland situation.
Yeah, we don't need to rely on the rest of the state or the country. Like we can just kind of just
Chill.
Yeah.
we can go in rather than look out. We can go in.
Go and narrow our focus and we'll be okay.
I think so. Just like on what's important, which is water, food, and just
Those are definitely the two basics.
that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Shelter. Oh.
It's got some crazy herbs in there.
Dude.
The table's almost too big.
I like it. I
It-
mean, what it creates is
I like the width. It creates a good space dynamic.
it creates also like a very distinct
frame.
Yeah, for like.
The lighting is very nice too. It works really well with the table. Makes me feel like I'm a Norseman, like a Viking, just at a table with like his buddies having a meeting about like where they're gonna raid.
How we're gonna self-isolate.
Whether we're gonna raid Crescent City next, or whether we're gonna raid fucking Santa Rosa, because we've already got Mendocino.
Santa Rosa. That's gonna be tough.
It's gonna be tough. It might be too far.
Money's
Might
more
be too
people for
far.
that.
We gotta be smart like that, though. That's where most great conquerors fail. You know, they just go too far.
Spread themselves too thin.
Right.
Oof, man.
You have some high hopes for this isolation idea.
Well, it's more like it's got to be more reactionary than anything, because there's no way that we're gonna do it right now. And I think, you know, like, I'm an American. I love America. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I think America's fantastic. However, if it fails, like, it's like you got to keep going.
Do you think it's gonna fail?
I don't think so.
You think we're good? We're just a little shaky right now.
I think we're good.
It's
It
always
feels a little
very
dicey.
tough to say
Yeah.
because
You never know for sure, though.
you never know until you're reading a history book about it. You know, like,
Yeah.
it's
If you're
not
putting
set in
all
stone.
your money on one color, you're going black. Is it gonna collapse or what?
Well, I think
I would probably say yes in the log. It's probably going to collapse at
Collapse.
some point. You
In
know?
our lifetime, in the next 20 years.
I mean, countries don't last that long historically.
They
This
don't,
is
they
weird. It's weird
like-
that it's so old. You know.
and it's like, how much longer? Like, because what we really got is a financial grip. Because it's like, give 100 years. I mean, the last 100 years of technology, it's like, has been so astronomical. So it's like, the reason that we've been like on the forefront, like with the military and everything, is just money. So it's like, as soon as one of those other countries like pops up above us, and then it's like,
China's getting there.
China's getting there, and then it's like, and then it's just like, 100 years, it's like full flip.
I think China might absorb us in maybe a peaceful way, but judging from all of the like weird predictions from like science fiction writers and like weird like kind of like programmer like type fiction writers from the 90s, everyone kind of thinks that in the future, like they always describe it as being like China, and they like are kind of everything. Like they see this like Neo China as being this. I don't know. Maybe it's just like two people that I read, and it's not actually that widespread. But
I think that was like,
It's-
I think
it's a
that
big
was
idea.
Alexander, though. The like, you know, China's a sleeping dragon, but when it
did he say that?
I think he said that. I think he was like, if it wasn't him, it was somebody else that was like that. But there weren't that many people like that, so I feel like it was him. But
I feel like China's definitely gonna try at some point.
It's hard to say what's gonna happen.
I think
like,
it's trying.
Yeah.
I think it's trying.
they're doing a good job too. It's very smart. Like goddamn, the way they're like buying up land and stuff in Africa by like offering to help them out with like rebuilding stuff, and then when the place is going to debt about it, China's just like, all right, we'll just take the land as payment.
Yeah, and the whole Huawei situation. They're building all these 5G networks for all these different countries. Putting back doors everywhere they can.
You gotta homogenize, and you gotta homogenize. That's what you do, because then you're just like, okay, I'll give you this, and they give you that, and then that just goes around forever. It's like, nah, that's why you gotta suffer. You gotta suffer so that you don't have to homogenize to other people's aesthetic force. You know, it's all personality cults. If it's like Mao Zedong or Jesus or the Buddha or whoever it is, you know, like Nick Flores, dude. It's like,
I'm working on my own cult.
yeah. Well, but not even that. It's like businesses too. It's like Amazon, you know, it's like
Nike.
Facebook, you know, like Instagram. It's like you're looking at these very specific looking things all the time. It's like that's taking up your mental energy. It's like you go in, it's like it just homogenizes because it's one color pattern in a very set specific way. It's like the same devices, the same everything. It's like homogenizing hard as hell. It's just becoming one fucking. That's what it's really going to be. It's like, who's going to be the entire homogenizing force?
There might be some force that goes faster than countries do in taking over the control of everything. Like if
Like
we
an
make,
alien.
or some sort of AI type thing. If something pops up that can very quickly just like it wouldn't be that far out of the question to say some sort of like entity, kind of like these like big like Facebook's like and things that could just like kind of take control of everything and just be like, oh, like we have control of like everyone's communication and everyone kind of relies on us. If they can get to that point, then they could just be like, all right, here's what's best for you and you can't do anything else. And then we're just like, oh shit, we're like in this fucking, and then they're in control of like paying people, so they instantly just have like everyone on their payroll, and it's a utopian society.
Yeah.
And
But there's always somebody at the top of those. You know what I'm talking about?
yeah,
That's what trips
always.
me out. Is like, why is there always like a bigger dog? You know what I'm saying? It's like, what's up with that?
I think it would be like Brave New World. I think that's probably what it's going to turn into. Have you read it?
Dude, I actually haven't.
Dude, have you
I
read
haven't
it?
read it either.
Dude, Brave New World is like scarily accurate prediction by Aldous Huxley from like the 30s of how the future in like our time was going to be everything is perfect basically. Like everything is very colonized over, like lots of buildings, lots of just infrastructure, and everyone's perfectly accounted for in terms of all the food they get. And they do have like little jobs depending on their part in the caste system, but for the most part, easy life. The castes start off with like grade A's, where everyone's like individuals, kind of like everyone's perfect, like they're all just like perfect specimens. B is probably kind of like us, kind of like more individual people, but like regular humans with some like imperfections, not like completely perfect. But C and below, I think C are kind of normal, but just like a lower caste. But D and E are all clones. They just are just like one
Damn.
person, just cloned over and over again.
And they can't have sex either, right?
The all the society is having sex. Like
Right.
the whole motto is, everyone belongs to everybody, and so you're just like all the time. You're just like going on little dates with all these like whoever you're like friends with at the time. It's like, oh, you want to go on a date, and then you just go out and like do something, and then go and fuck, and then like that's your life. And you have this drug called Soma, and like the Stroke song, and it's you just take it, and it's like pure ecstasy. It's like you don't develop a tolerance to it. There's no like weird come down. There's no like hangovers or any sort of thing like that. And yeah, so it should be like a perfect society in that way, even though it's a little trippy. But then there's this whole conundrum about this guy kind of thinking like it's fucked up, and then wanting to go back to regular life where, that's not the way things
People
are.
aren't just taking drugs and fucking everybody.
Yeah. It's
Damn.
not just like, and they view death as like, it's like, oh, whatever. It's just like, if people die, it's, like whatever. There's no like sadness about it. And
Like
they try
indifferent.
yeah. They have kids like play around like dead people and like, just have them be like very accustomed to it. So it's not like a weird thing in society. Though everyone's born in like test tubes too. You can't father or mother any parents, like, or any kids.
Any
Future
parents,
parents.
that'd be impressive.
But you're still fucking all the time.
You're fucking all the time, but they wear like contraceptive belts. So like,
Wow.
they're just like full like no pregnancy, because it's like illegal to get pregnant. And
Have you seen Ready Player One?
no, I've heard it's a really good book.
Great movie. I have not read the book.
I
It's
feel like
probably
I
better.
have seen it. What?
It's that kind of dystopian world. Everyone's in this alternate universe through virtual reality, and like that's
Kind of like the metaverse.
yeah, kind of like the metaverse. And there's this evil company that kind of owns it, sort of, and they're trying to get this key to like the actual company.
That's crazy. I don't know if
It's a
I've
good
seen that
movie.
one. Have you guys seen the one? Have you seen the one where they like houses get so expensive that they like make like these tiny, like mega mansions, and then shrink people. You spend your life savings, and you get like a whole life figured out, but you're hella small, so it's like real cheap to make. You know what I'm
Is
talking
that
about?
with
I
Matt
don't see-
Damon?
Yeah.
I think I've seen that.
What's this called?
I don't know, like
Small
Small
World.
World.
Small World. Maybe it's Small World.
Smallville, Small Home, Small World. I don't know. That's another one that's fucking.
Yeah, he shrinks, and the plan is for him and his wife to shrink, and he shrinks and she doesn't, and now he's just left in this town by himself.
Right.
That's fucked.
She
Trying
just
to figure it
leaves
out.
him. And,
Yeah.
but he's forever fucking
And he
tiny.
wakes up and he's small, right? And he looks up and it's her and she's big, and he's like, "What? What? Why are you not?"
She's like, actually, that doesn't look so good. I'm like,
Yeah,
stay big.
I'm not doing this. Sorry, and then she leaves. Yeah,
Wow.
that was a
I
trip.
forgot about that part. Yeah, that's a crazy movie too. I don't know.
Where I was going with that, there's this evil company that I believe the founder of that virtual world created as he was creating that virtual world. And this company's trying to get the actual rights to it. And I feel like that's Facebook. Like, Facebook's building this thing
Yeah.
that's going to consume everybody, and they're going to throw up ads, and they're going to just be ingrained even more so in your daily
The
life.
metaverse.
Yeah.
Dude. No, that's it though. That's what reality is. We got Bezos going to space, and we got Zuckerberg going to the metaverse. It's gonna be like aesthetically, and then we got China taking over the whole world. So it's like aesthetically, what are you gonna go to? And then that's what your entire like that's where it splits. That's where the multiverse splits, I think, is like right there. With
That's
the fucking
trippy.
the metaverse and then Bezos and then China, you know, like it's like three distinct things.
That's gonna
Three
be that
powers.
trifecta.
That's that Anunnaki shit though, you know?
What is that?
It's just like whatever happened before. which is probably nothing. I don't know. I don't really believe in that. But the
You don't
Zuckerberg,
believe in the Anunnaki.
I do actually, but only right now thinking about it. Like
What
I
is the
haven't-
Anunnaki?
The Anunnaki is the ancient, back in like Sumeria, one of the earliest recorded civilizations. Like it dates back to like, probably like around like 10,000 years ago. Like the writings at least are about 6,000-7,000 years ago. But they talk about how humans were.
That was such a suspenseful
I almost forgot.
buildup.
I almost forgot where I was going.
I thought you were going to say, and then they all died. Like,
I almost forgot where
I
I
was
was going.
waiting for the drop, and
People
it never came.
hypothesize that they
Wow.
humans were bred from monkeys by aliens. So aliens came and mated, didn't mate, but they like used their own life force to like
Create us.
help monkeys like turn into and apes turn into humans, and so they just advance them a whole ton and kind of combine them with themselves, and that's what we are. It's this kind
It's
of
like
This is a Sumerian
Let's
text that
just-
says this?
well, it's
like some like rocks and shit.
There's this one guy who has done a bunch of research about it. I haven't looked too far into his stuff, but a lot of people, there's like a website dedicated to why he's wrong and like a bunch of debunking things on it. But he does say that humans were created by these aliens to I think they were done for a certain purpose.
It's
There was
probably
something
fun
they were supposed
if
to
you
do.
think about it. Like it's like, oh shit, another planet with like some like monkey-like creatures that can be bred to be like
I
in
think
the
they wanted us
exact
to work
form
for
that
them.
that we are. You know, it's like it's just like a breeding project, real quick. It's like
If you had the power to, why not?
right.
Well, I think
And
they
it's just
wanted
flying
them as
around.
like
Like,
kind of
ima-
little slaves, so they just made them to do a specific thing. I think. But,
Imagine that from like a backpacking perspective, though. You know what I mean? Like you're in your spaceship, like some like alien hippies that are like flying around the globe, and like all they're doing with their time, they're like pretty much eternal. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't really die because like they have to travel super far. It's like just raise some monkey creatures real quick, like have them build some weird rock pyramids for you, and then
what if they
go
come
on to the
check
next
us?
one.
Like every couple thousand years.
I hope that's what we do one day when we're just China conglomerate fucking
When we merge?
yeah.
Probably maybe it's us in the future, just
Yeah.
coming back to fuck with us.
That's crazy from just like a chemical perspective too, though. You know, like just that process going on of these like these monkey creatures just kind of like keeping going.
So do you believe in the Anunnaki?
Not necessarily. Like I have no reason to say that it's for fact, but it's like it is one interesting way to think about the chronology, like going from Anunnaki monkey breeders all the way up to all right, time for a musical interlude.
No, I was still listening. I was just doing
Oh yeah. No, but like going from the going from the Anunnaki monkey breeders to the Zuckerberg multiverse, you know,
Come a long ways.
come a long ways.
About to contact them in the metaverse. You'll be like, what?
You're like, what?
You guys are here in the metaverse?
What?
And so you feel like that connection is
Linear.
interesting.
Yeah. It's just one. It's like write it out. One way of writing it out. But that's all that that's all
I'm
like
chilling.
that's all any good like novel or movie is, you know, it's like
Have you guys seen 1984 or read it?
Yes.
I have not.
I have not.
I gotta read it. I
I've
gotta
not
read
either.
it.
All those like
That just
dystopian
comes to mind.
all those dystopian books that everybody says I have to read, I just like have not read.
I want to read that one.
I want to read that one too.
Yeah.
And Brave New World. I feel like you got
I know. I feel like I have to read that now.
yeah.
I think Brave New World is almost better. But 1984 is...
Huxley.
Do you
though.
think we're ever gonna have another great author?
I'm writing this book. It's like the Bible, but it's like 2.0. But it's
The
like
Anunnaki.
well, it's about
Brendan's version?
It's about like the Epstein stuff, but it starts from like Rome. You know, it's like Julius Caesar. It's like from the grapes perspective. You know.
Oh, I put that bottle opener right there if you need it.
Do you mind if I use the lighter for it?
Oh, no.
Go ahead. And then it's like all power structures over the course of human history have been like in order to like keep this like child sex club going, you know, from Epstein all the way back to like Caesar, like Rome. You know, it's like
Yeah.
and the whole chronology of it, and that's all it is. You know, it's like that's all it's ever been is like just a group of like
How deep are you into this book right now?
about 350 pages.
Wow.
No, I'm
Oh.
kidding. I got like
Shit.
20 though. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Just like free hand, but
What book is
The
this?
start. This is
it's
Brendan's
called
book.
The President's Club. It's yeah.
I mean, I could definitely see every like civilization having, like every time period, there's gonna be some group of guys like just fucking doing that. That's...
Some shady
It's
shit.
just the ones that want that level of power, you know, or like that's the reason why. I don't know.
It's probably much less like
Very weird. I don't fuck
covert.
with that.
back in the day. It was probably just like
Well, how
pretty
would you
out in the
spread it?
open, you know,
Who would know? You don't have the internet.
Right.
probably just like common knowledge.
And you
They're
just
like, oh,
keep
those
it
guys
very
just-
very locked
Very
in.
tight. What inspired this book?
The Epstein
Epstein case.
scandals. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Ghislaine Maxwell's trial is going on right now.
She dropped a bunch of names.
Did she? I have not. I need to watch.
I haven't either. Apparently,
I've
Jared
never paid any
Fogle was
attention.
one of them, though.
I
The Subway
heard-
dude.
Jared.
Really?
Yeah, he had hella child porn and was like hella trafficking children.
And he was involved with Epstein.
And he was involved. It
hella
was one
trafficking
of the names.
children.
Wait, he
Yeah.
was trafficking children?
No. He was hella trafficking children.
Hella trafficking children.
God damn. What a guy.
Wow. For them or with them?
Just involved. I don't
Was
know.
involved.
But that's one of the names that she had.
I heard that they're looking back into what is it, Prince Andrew, for his involvement.
Yeah.
And I think she said she dropped Trump's name for something. I can't remember what.
Well, there's like pictures of Trump with like Ivanka on his lap as like a 13-year-old girl.
Whoa.
Yeah. But
Is that
just-
real?
Yeah, just pictures of him and her. Like, there's nothing inherently fucking. You pulling it up?
I'm pulling it up. I feel like we have to see this.
Yeah.
Damn. That's
I
so
concur.
cool. I feel like I'm like in the Avengers right now. She's like, oh yeah.
I didn't even
our
recognize
tech.
that there was
See
a
the mission.
TV right there.
I know
don't
it's
know how.
nicely. It's like
The black on black.
Ivanka Trump
13.
13.
Trump lap.
Oh, that's definitely not it. Wait, is Ivanka his daughter?
Not Ivanka. Melania, dude.
Okay.
It makes sense that he would have Ivanka.
Yeah, that's why I was like, wait a sec. Melania Trump.
Yeah.
Oh, well, no images came up. Oh, here we go. So wait, how much older is he than his wife?
I don't know.
That looks like it's Ivanka Trump he's walking with.
Trump lap.
Feels weird
Yeah.
Googling this. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
Like that?
I don't know.
No, she does not look 13 in that one.
I really don't know.
Brendan, what are you out here spreading fake news?
Yeah.
You guys ever get so
I
high
guess
that
so.
you start feeling like there's an earthquake going on?
But it's like in
Is that
your,
where you're at?
but it's like in your teeth.
A little bit. A second ago, I was like, man, is this shaking?
It's the
But then it
FBI
always
coming.
is.
It always is.
Brendan, what are you doing, man?
It might have gotten deleted. They might have got the lawyers on it like hella well. But
Shut it down.
yeah, shut it down.
Okay.
But I don't know. I don't know, to be frank, but I've seen it. Maybe it was just in a dream or something.
That is an interesting dream.
Probably have to look it up on like Reddit or something.
Ivanka Trump's lap dance with Donald.
That looks fucked. That looks like not real.
That's Snopes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
That looks like it's in front of a lot of people.
Didn't he say some wild shit when he was running back in 2016 that Ivanka's hot or he'd date her if
I
he
think
wasn't
so.
related to her? Why do I feel like I remember seeing that?
I think so. I don't know though.
I think he said something crazy like that.
I think he
Like
definitely
he'd
did
date
say
his
something like
daughter if
Yeah.
she wasn't his daughter.
I think
His
so.
daughter's hot. Something weird like
I
that.
think socially the dude's fucking repugnant. But I do think that he did kill less people, like foreign bombing. Like, you know, he killed a lot less people in the last shit ton of presidents.
How many people do you think Biden's already killed?
A lot. He fucking likes it.
Damn. Cut to that. That's going to be the intro now for this video. He likes it, and then it's going to cut to that.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's why it's been so like awkward on everything. He's really just
Think-
thinking about like, when they get back to
Yeah.
the fucking war plans, man.
Just want to get back to the bomb room, dog.
Do you think Trump's going to win? Do you think Trump's going to win? If he runs? Do you think he's going to run?
I haven't thought about it at all. I'm really
He
like after Biden, I'm like detached. You know, like I'll look at who's running when they start running, but at this point, it's like I don't think it's the most practical. I think it all goes to
To shit.
Yeah, it's all gonna collapse, and then it's like we just gotta like grab it real quick. You know what I'm saying? It's like
I bet there's gonna be some candidate that kind of like takes it over, and everyone's like, "Oh,
Kamala Harris.
yeah.
Yeah, right.
I don't know about that."
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. I think they're going to try to run her.
There's
Which
so
freaks
many
me out.
better candidates. That's just sad.
Literally
That's
almost
even-
everyone.
But it's like who
who wants that job?
who do people actually know though? Because if they put up somebody that nobody knows, because most people
The
don't know
Rock.
anybody. Dwayne the Rock. Yeah, I hope so.
That-
Dwayne the Rock
was
versus
it.
Kanye.
Kanye's not going to win. Didn't he get like 3,000 votes?
Yeah.
in 2016.
He's either going to go crazy or take over the world. I mean, I think he's gone.
He changed his name to Ye.
Might do both.
That kind of always was his name, though.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of weird though that he changed it to it.
Like legally.
Yeah.
I didn't
Very
see that.
Pointless.
It is less letters, so it's like simpler. Like from like a French perspective.
Yay West.
I think Trump's gonna win. Yay West. I
Yay
think Trump's
West.
gonna win. If he ran, I think he could win. If it was against like Kamala,
Yeah.
the Democrats would have to put up somebody,
Good.
yeah, or even if the Republicans put up somebody good.
Somebody that people actually want.
Do you think it's going to be a branding thing though now?
I think it
with
always
Trump and with Biden, it always was.
It always was. That's all it can be, though. It's like those personality cults, dude. It's like,
Yeah, I'd be worried about the advertising they would use in like 2024 because we're going to be kind of accelerated in terms of social media by that point a little bit from now. So
It's gonna be ads in the metaverse.
they're probably going to be very able to like sway people a certain way.
they definitely are just mass marketing. That's why I feel like art jobs are almost like the best thing to go for, is because you can subvert psychology like so easily through just very well just good looking graphics. Like that's really that's almost it. Just if it looks real good, if it looks better than everything, then it's gonna sell.
Do you guys understand the whole NFT thing?
No.
Dude,
I don't either.
it is the future though. Like that's what everything's gonna be though. It's like tickets. I mean, it's like
Dude, what is it?
it's just an image that only you own. So it's like basically just a file, sure, but it's like existing. Like it's like a direct transfer. So maybe it's an image that other people have, but it's like you go stand in front of a house, take a picture of yourself in front of that house. It's like, this is my house. But it's like, it's not. You don't live there. You know what I mean? Like you don't actually own the house. So it's like with pieces of art, like things like that, it's like,
So how do you make money off of the investment though?
it's you own it.
How do you
own
make
the
money
image,
off of
like
the image?
if somebody uses it.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
So it's like
So you're just buying the rights to that image.
But isn't
just
that
own
just copywriting?
Yeah, I thought that
Your
was
own
already a
work?
thing.
it is basically. I think that's how people got to think about it. Simply,
Is a copyright.
basically. But it is a little more complicated than that because it's entirely digital. But like not really.
Wait, so who's gonna enforce, like, if someone uses the image? Who enforces?
I mean, the record labels are probably still going to own a lot of the music. It's like things like that.
But,
Lawyers.
like, if I owned a NFT and someone used it on something, what would I do? Like,
you contact the lawyer. I think so. Or like
But
you
what's
do it
gonna
yourself.
stop people from
so it's just a
pirating
trademark,
stuff?
basically, like, for
Nothing
the
ever
metaverse.
will.
I don't get it.
I think you could just change the image a tiny bit in like Photoshop.
Just tweak it so slightly.
yeah. And that's
It's like,
like,
this
that's
is my
not-
original
It's
image.
not your
Yeah.
image, bro.
Yeah.
That's my piece of art.
I know what you're saying, but I think it's gonna become especially in the Zuckerverse, like it's gonna be like the transference of.
It seems like
I don't know.
getting
I would
big.
say just don't count it out because I do think it is. I'm low key predicting it is like the future. Like investing in this shit is probably gonna like.
Dude, people a lot smarter than me are making a lot of money off just trading those right now. So
Hundreds of thousands of dollars.
And it's the concept too. Like there can be more to it. Like it's gonna become packages and whatnot. Like it's whole just like.
How does it work in reference to art though?
I think what it's gonna be, the Zuckerverse, it's gonna be packages for your reality. And like that's what you're purchasing in an
NFTs
NFT.
are the package.
Right. And like you're purchasing this and you own it. You own, and it's a piece of art because it's what's around you. It's like creation. But like who has access to it? And so like when you buy a game, you're buying an NFT. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's like you're buying an NFT. You're buying in on the NFT.
But it isn't anything. Yeah, no, I don't.
I just don't know why. Like,
Why it's a thing?
I don't know how I could make money off of it any quicker than I could make money off of just owning a picture with a copyright on it. And it just seems, I don't know, maybe when it starts getting a little bit more like
Fleshed out.
used by people,
Yeah.
then I'll be like, oh, well, that's a good way to use it. But at the moment, it just seems like, why even? I don't know. It's probably
I'm definitely not going
missing
to
out.
pretend like I know that much about it either, but
There's probably a lot
I
of money
do think
to be
it's
made.
the future.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of those. They're like NFT drops or whatever, right? I've seen a lot of people posting about those. I don't know. I think it seems like it's a big deal. I don't think it's mainstream yet, but it seems like a lot of people are buying NFTs.
Just the people who are talking about it, I feel like I don't really know what they're saying too much, just because you know what I'm saying. But but I do think it is the future.
Do you have any NFTs?
No.
No.
I'm gonna start a portfolio of NFTs just so I can be like, oh yeah, I got NFTs. I got
Yeah.
a whole bunch of them.
You gotta start making them and selling them though, because people are paying crazy amounts of money.
When you make them, is there like a certain software or something you're using, or you're just creating an image?
I think you're just creating an image, and then it's like through the method of transference. Like if it just never has a chance to go anywhere else. I mean, it's like music. Music is kind of an NFT. Like songs are kind of NFTs. It's a package, you know. It's like albums are kind of NFTs, especially in this day and age. Like Spotify, it's like you're buying in on it. Just by listening to it on that kind of whatnot. But Spotify owns it, or owns access to it. Actually, people pay them so that they can have access to it. So it's like a counter release of the NFT. But like the record labels too, you know, like they own that. I think it is gonna be something like that though. You know, it's like video
Cuts
games.
to 20
like,
years from now, and NFTs are all the rage.
I mean, that's probably gonna be the case. It's just at this point, I really don't have like any idea what it's gonna.
Yeah,
look
I don't.
like.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like a old boomer, you know.
Basically,
how do you
though.
turn on the computer?
Basically though. Yeah.
How do I trade in?
I have to check that out. I got to look into that, and I got to look into the whole blockchain, Bitcoin thing.
Yeah. Or just catch on once it's the thing going on.
Dude, I mean, everything is crashing like right now. Just wait until it looks like it's almost gonna start picking back up, and just start progressively, like start out small, and then just if it starts going up, start buying in before, because at the moment it has a lot of headroom to go up. It was like kind of
Bitcoin?
overinflated. No, the whole market.
Oh,
But Bitcoin's kind of, it's unrelated for the most part, but the whole market is like at a pretty big low right now. It's going to be a good time to
Buy in. Once everything
Some
starts
point.
to just steadily raise for a little bit. Once it's like, once there's no like, cause you can day trade and whatnot. That's kind of fun. But that's going to be good. Once it's like, you can just like trust it again for a second.
yeah, it's pretty volatile right now.
Yeah. But you can trip out on that if you're like looking every couple minutes. And, like,
Oh yeah, if you're checking every day, you're up $200, you're down 1,000.
Yeah, it's like
You're back up 30.
that was like the most fun. I was only really doing that like right when COVID hit, you know, because it's like, dude, like the airlines.
Did you get in on a GameStop at all?
I didn't get it on GameStop at all.
Holy shit. I got in like 2 shares worth of GameStop one time for not very much profit, like maybe like $50 profit, and then ended up losing like another, like probably more than that, trying to trade it again.
Oh.
But my sister's boyfriend, he in like one day when it was at its most volatile, made like 10 grand off of that fucking stock, just trading it back
Whoa.
and forth with all the volatility, doing like calls and shit. And
Oh, how crazy is that?
That is just
It's
gambling.
great. And that
too.
whole month, like when all that was happening, he was making like quite a bit every day, like probably like a couple thousand on most good days just from trading this thing because it was so volatile and weird at the time, but kind of predictable in an odd way.
Yeah.
But shit like that happens. That's probably gonna happen when things start picking back up. Is there's gonna be other little things like that.
Yeah, the problem's
Definitely.
just timing it, right? Because you can't.
You can though. Like if you're like paying attention, but it's like you got to be paying attention.
It's
Yeah,
kind of like
especially
a
with that
gamble.
one, you had to really be paying attention because who saw that coming?
Well, it's kind of a gamble, but also like it's a pretty good gamble because you have all this information to go by on what's gonna happen. Just pay it like because you can look at almost every aspect of what goes into like how the markets are gonna change in certain ways. Takes a lot of fucking time, but like if you have the right just analytics on everything,
If you're just really paying attention. If you're just like
That's
if
the thing. You
kinda
got to
like
invest
calculate it
time.
out.
Yeah, that's really what it is, though. It's like I think that is what like money is. It's like you just like are investing the time, and it's like efficiency of time investing. You know, it's like it's trippy, but it's like making like a successful podcast or like successful music project or like anything. It's just like just maximizing those hours. Like that's really what it comes down to. Is like it's like just spreading it out and then cutting out everything unnecessary. Not even everything. Like unnecessary stuff is good just for like spontaneity, but like, you know,
Dude, time management is like everything.
yeah.
That's 90% of what success is.
Yeah.
Just time management.
I think it's 100 and then but like, you know, it's like but it's like, you know, you're vibing too. You know, it's like
You gotta
time
be,
management, but
vibing.
like you work incredibly hard so you can just have that like chunk, you know, where it's like just going in, just like, okay, what's next? You know, it's like that's what I love about like the mountains and like making the record was really fucking cool for that because it's like 7 days not thinking about anything. It's like nobody has school or work or like any worries. You know, it's like smoking pot all day long, just making fucking, you know, it's like execution, just going in. I don't know.
That's the thing, right? If you're fucking around, wasting time watching Netflix, and you have shit you're supposed to be doing, it eats at you because you're like, I should be doing this other stuff that I'm not. A lot of people fall into that trap. I
But
think.
at the same time, it's like you pick exactly what you like want. You just people know exactly the life they want, and I think that people do get it. Like I think there's a lot of pain and suffering in the world, but at the same time, like it's like all life is fucking so incredibly complicated. Like there's so like infinite detail in every single, and it's like people make their way to making exactly what they make of the world around them, like through their time. So it's like, I know that I want to maximize my time, but other people, you know, it's like you can't do anything. You know, it's just like,
Well, at the same time, I love people that just like know that what they want to do is like put a certain amount of their time toward just like fucking off and
Yeah.
like just chilling.
Yeah.
'Cause, like there's got to be a lot of people that just it's nice having a lot of people around that are just like I just want to do this and it's not like a huge like I don't know, venture to do, but it's still just like you have to be like I don't know if like everyone just like did something but did it like really well, then that's what makes the world like really cool. It's just people enjoying what they do and just like even a lot of like the simple things. But.
Absolutely. No, I think that I don't know what I think.
But also just people in general like doing stuff. Like as long as someone's like doing something
Passionate
really,
about it.
That's like it's very easy to like try and relate to because I don't know.
I think that's the key to.
I
I
really
think
don't
that's
know.
the key to life. And happiness is just finding something you're passionate about and
Just
running with it as far as you can.
going at it with everything. I think that's where everything comes from. I think it's crazy though, because like a lot of people are not living very, very happy lives, but a lot of people are living very, very, very happy lives. Like it's like it really is just an infinite spectrum, and it's like each one is so like I don't know. I almost just went into the same rant. You know what I'm saying? It's a complicated topic, uh, but
It's
it's
nuanced
not
because happiness is different for everybody.
right.
Yeah.
But
What
that's
makes
what
somebody really happy might make somebody else miserable.
that might be part of the problem is that you can't even really think about it. You know, so it's like it's hard to like even what if because every what if only existed like in your brain. So it's like thinking about other people. It's like you can't really even think about other people. It's like because if you're comparing, you know, it's like
Yeah,
you're
that's
not
the
in it.
worst.
What is that
It's
quote?
just fucking-
Comparison is the thief of joy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The thief of all joy. That's real.
that's it. That's it. That's really it. So you got to just be thinking about it as little as possible, and then just doing it, and then everything in the world, just like if you're doing that, everything works in your favor. Like if your head's just down and you're just focusing on what it is you got to do, everybody will fucking, you know, everybody will like you. And even if they don't, it's like, it doesn't really matter. You know, it's like, you just know that. And then it's like you just keep going. And it's like,
Well, everyone respects that like drive to just do what you're doing. Like everyone, it kind of inspires people to do that themselves. So like that's just the best way. That's like the best way to relate to people too, because like
Just-
everyone's trying to do something. But
just by keeping going. And I think that's really it. It's like, that's the only way that you're actually ever going to change people is by them like seeing something that they replicate, like want to replicate. You know, it's like just by like actually doing it. But it's like how, like, you know, it's like I don't know. But that's what I love about everyone. It's like everybody has something. Everybody has something like real, like, you know.
They just have to find it.
Well, it's not even about them. You know what I mean? It's like it is, but it's like you pick up on it. You know what I'm saying? You pick up on it and it's like I respect this characteristic. You know, it's maybe like I don't want these other couple of characteristics, but like I respect this characteristic. So I'm going to like try to incorporate that. You know, and it's like that happens with every single bounce off of every single individual.
yeah, I feel like you can get some inspiration from everyone. Just a little bit of something that everyone else. You can just be like, oh, it's good quality.
I love that though. That's what's crazy about like my job though, is like just like going into like people's homes just when they're at the end of their life. You know what I'm saying? Just like bringing them things, working with them. It's like you really like you see the entirety of a lifespan. Like it's like you're just in there and it's like all of their things, you know, their family, like or lack thereof, you know, it's like you're just experiencing this full totality and it's like
I feel like as sad as that sounds like it would be a lot of the time, that would be like such a rewarding thing to be able to talk to all those people. Like they probably have
Great life experience.
so many
Yeah.
stories and things.
it's humbling.
Yeah.
It's real humbling and like it just keeps you focused in on like, you know, it's like, you know, I mean, just death. It's like kind of been death for like that's like been what's going on. It's like when you just keep that at the forefront, you know, it's like this is the thing that everybody like has impending. It's like you just realize like, oh, like damn, you know, like should probably do something here. Like this is limited. Like this is a limited venture we have going on. And when you realize that like like possibility of like finality, it's like what am I gonna do? You know, like I don't know.
Damn. Boys, I think we can end it on that. That was a great wrap up. Yeah, it's already
Absolutely.
9:20.
Dude, thank you so much
Yeah.
for having
Guys,
us.
we gotta do this again, man. That was a blast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
dude.
was a
This is-
lot
this
of
is
fun,
dope.
man. This was super cool. This is an amazing setup you got.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's been a trip. It's been a
Yeah.
trip. I'm
Dude,
glad you guys
it's been a
freaking
pleasure.
came on,
Yeah, dude.
man. I had a
Appreciate
great
the
freaking
hosting.
time.
Yeah.
Do you have anything you want to plug? Music,
Um,
other things, socials?
Probably
No
just my
pressure.
Instagram account, Alex_Vasilevich. That's the only place I would really be putting out any word of music at the moment. Any shows or things that I'm playing at will be on my story probably.
Yeah. At Balsley 22.
All right, guys. Thanks.
Absolutely.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Growing
man.
Pains, Nick Flores.
Woo!